Hello, everyone. Before we begin, I want to clarify something. The Damselfly Path isn't a program you have to buy, and it isn't something you need a coach to use. It's a framework, a learning and reflection tool. Some people may choose to explore it with a coach, a therapist, or a group. Others may simply use it in a journal, during conversations with friends, or as a way of reflecting on what's happening in their lives. The framework belongs to anyone who finds it useful. I didn't create the Damselfly Path to tell women what to do. I created it to help them think more clearly about what they're experiencing. I've spent most of my life helping people learn. As an educator, I've always been interested in the questions that help people reflect, questions that help people grow and make sense of their experiences. The Damselfly Path grew out of that interest. It's simply a tool designed to help us explore what's happening in our lives, notice patterns, and understand our responses. Consider possible next steps. You don't need to have everything figured out to use it. In fact, it's often most useful when you don't. Today, I want to introduce one part of the framework, the states of consciousness. Now, before anyone gets nervous about that phrase, let me explain what I mean. The states of consciousness are not levels you need to achieve. They're not a moral hierarchy, they're not spiritual rankings, they're simply different qualities of awareness. They help us understand how we're meeting an experience. The same situation can look very different depending on the lens. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine an adult child who has stopped returning your calls. This is a situation many parents experience, and it can be incredibly painful. In reactive consciousness, you might be thinking, I've done everything for them. This is unfair. Why are they doing this to me? The focus is on hurt, anger, blame, and trying to make sense of what feels intolerable. In emerging consciousness, something begins to shift. You might start asking, why is this affecting me so strongly? What am I feeling underneath the anger? Is there something here I haven't considered? Curiosity begins to appear. In developing consciousness, there is a willingness to learn. You might wonder, what might my child be experiencing? What patterns am I bringing into this relationship? What can I learn about myself here? In self-led consciousness, your values begin guiding your response. You might think, I value connection, I value respect. I want to show up in a way that aligns with who I want to be. In integrated consciousness, compassion enters the picture. You can hold your own hurt while also acknowledging complexity. You no longer need the story to be simple. In flowing consciousness, you begin recognizing what you can and cannot control. You may realize, I cannot control my child, but I can control how I respond. Instead of fighting reality, you begin working with it. And in self-embodied consciousness, you act from a place that feels authentic. You are no longer reacting automatically. You are responding in a way that reflects your values, your understanding, and who you genuinely want to be. Now let's look at a completely different situation. Imagine you've recently retired. People keep asking what you're going to do next. And the truth is, you don't know. Something feels uncertain. In reactive consciousness, you might think, I should have this figured out. I need a plan. There's pressure and self-judgment. In emerging consciousness, curiosity begins. I've spent most of my life defining myself through work. Why does this feel uncomfortable? In developing consciousness, you become interested in exploration. What do I actually enjoy? What interests me now? In self-led consciousness, your values become clearer. I don't need my retirement to look like everyone else's. In integrated consciousness, you can hold multiple truths at once. You can appreciate your career while also being ready for something new. In flowing consciousness, you stop demanding immediate answers. You begin trusting the process and staying open to possibilities. And in self-embodied consciousness, you're creating a life that feels genuinely yours. Your choices reflect who you are. What's important to notice is that the circumstances didn't necessarily change. What changed was the quality of awareness. That's why the states of consciousness matter. They help us understand how we're meeting what's happening. We begin to see where we might be stuck. We begin to see possibilities we couldn't see before. That's where the second part of the Damselfly Path comes in, the spaces. We'll explore those in the next video. For now, I invite you to think about something you're experiencing and simply ask yourself, how am I meeting this experience? because sometimes that question alone can change everything. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.